Tesla range exaggeration lawsuit. 3 Tesla owners have sued the automaker in a class action lawsuit that was filed on August 2, 2023. After a report from Reuters last week claims the company exaggerates its range ratings. Teslarati examined the complaint, and we are here to give you a breakdown of what the suit says and what the 3 plaintiffs are suing Tesla for. The plaintiffs: Tesla is being sued by James Porter, Brian Perez, and Dro Esraeli Estepanian, who state in their complaint against the automaker that their action arises out of Tesla's false advertising of its electric vehicles' range, which Tesla grossly overvalued when selling the vehicles to consumers. According to the complaint, Porter owns a Model Y Performance and noticed a discrepancy in his vehicle's range was compared to what it told him. After taking delivery of his Tesla vehicle in June 2022, Plaintiff Porter fully charged his vehicle to 100% battery charge and took a 2-hour trip to visit family, approximately 92 miles away. When he arrived at his destination, Plaintiff Porter noticed that the vehicle was left with approximately 40% charge. Perez owns a Model 3 long range, and the complaint states he had the same issue. After receiving his Tesla vehicle, Plaintiff Perez fully charged his vehicle to 100% battery charge and took an approximately 90-mile trip to visit his parents. After returning home from the approximately 180-mile round trip, he noticed that his vehicle showed that it had roughly 10 to 15% charge remaining. Estepanian also has a Model 3 long range, and the complaint describes a similar situation. Plaintiff Estepanian travels 140 to 150 miles round trip for his daily commute, and he routinely charges his vehicle to 90% battery charge, which equates to approximately 299 miles, per Tesla's recommendation. Based on a 90% battery charge and 299-mile starting range, he typically returns from his approximately 150-mile round trip each day, and his Tesla vehicle's screen displays that approximately 100 to 110 miles of range remain, which equates to roughly 33% battery charge remaining. Thus, Plaintiff Estepanian's electric vehicle consistently loses approximately 189 miles of range during his daily commute, despite only driving approximately 140 to 150 miles round trip each day. The plaintiffs' claims. The plaintiffs state that range is a key feature of electric vehicles and is one of the most important features that consumers generally consider when purchasing an EV, because it correlates to the distance they can travel before needing to recharge the vehicle. Throughout the suit, the complaint shows images of Tesla's website, highlighting range ratings and other key features, including top speed and acceleration. They also include other pieces of evidence that seem to indicate Tesla has exaggerated range estimates. One part of the complaint states, Tesla's tactics to inflate the range estimates for its vehicles has continued. Recently, South Korean regulators fined Tesla for false advertising the ranges of its vehicles. Specifically, the Korea Fair Trade Commission found that Tesla exaggerated the driving ranges of its cars on a single charge, their fuel cost effectiveness compared to gasoline vehicles, as well as the performance of its superchargers. They also stated that other car companies do not exaggerate range ratings, citing recurrence testing of the Ford Mustang Mach-E, Chevrolet Bolt, and Hyundai Kona. Other electric vehicle manufacturers do not overestimate the range of their vehicles to the same extent. For example, Recurrent tested the Ford Mustang Mach-E, the Chevrolet Bolt, and the Hyundai Kona all-electric vehicles and direct competitors to Tesla model vehicles and found their estimated ranges to be more accurate. In fact, the Hyundai Kona generally underestimated the range the vehicle could travel before requiring a recharge. Allegations in the class action suit. The plaintiffs seek to represent anyone in California who purchased any Tesla vehicle and hope to solve questions including Whether Tesla model vehicles fail to deliver the advertised estimated vehicle range in normal driving conditions. B. Whether Tesla exaggerated its advertised estimated vehicle ranges. C. Whether Tesla knew that its advertised estimated vehicle ranges were exaggerated and could not be met under normal driving conditions. D. When Tesla gained such knowledge. E. Whether Tesla designed, manufactured, marketed, advertised, sold, or otherwise placed its model vehicles into the stream of commerce with such knowledge. F. Whether Tesla intentionally concealed the fact that its advertised estimated vehicle ranges were exaggerated or otherwise could not be met under normal driving conditions. G. Whether Tesla's conduct to divert complaints from class members who voiced concerns over their Tesla model vehicle's range violated the terms of Tesla's warranties. H. Whether plaintiffs and class members were harmed by the fraud and deceptive practices alleged herein. I. Whether Tesla was unjustly enriched by its deceptive practices. J. Whether plaintiffs and the class are entitled to equitable or injunctive relief. The case is 3.2023 CV03878, Porter et al. Versus Tesla, and has been assigned to Judge Laurel Beeler. Source: reposted and summarized from Joey Klender at Teslarati. Tesla Model 3 and BYD Han EV battery comparison. The Tesla Model 3 and the BYD Han EV are popular electric sedans in China. The Han secured its place as China's 8th best-selling car in H1 2023 with roughly 72,000 units sold, while the Model 3 held ground as the 10th best-selling EV, with close to 67,000 sales. A teardown specialist disassembled both their battery packs to discern the better cooling system. The Tesla Model 3 in question had the 2,170 cells, possibly sourced from Panasonic or LG Chem, while the BYD Han EV uses the Blade battery pack. Both packs are similar in size but differ in multiple areas, as per the mechanic who pointed out the differences in a Twitter video. Tesla's battery gets a metal top shell, while the Blade pack's top cover is plastic. The metal shell would have better recyclability and attract a higher resale price, said the mechanic. The Model 3's pack also appears better put together. It is bolted using screws and gelatin-based structural adhesive, while the Blade battery only uses screws. Even though that makes BYD's pack easy to disassemble, the Tesla battery is better sealed. BYD Blade battery. Serviceability could be Tesla's forte. The 2,170 cells are packed into 4 modules, which can be individually disassembled if damaged cells need replacement. BYD's cell-to-pack design is module-free, and the cells are glued to the bottom of the case with a potent adhesive, which makes them irreplaceable, as per the video. For thermal management, the Blade pack uses a cooling plate mounted over the cells, through which the coolant flows to manage cell temperatures. Tesla's cooling sheets are wrapped around the cells within the modules, and appear to cover more cell area, resulting in improved cooling consistency. BYD's thermal management is like pressing an ice-cold water bottle against your cheeks in hot weather, while Tesla's cooling system is simply drinking that water, as per the narrator's analogy. Tesla 2,170 battery cells. Tesla doesn't release the battery size for its models, but our analysis based on EPA energy consumption and claimed range suggests that it could have a capacity of around 60 kilowatt-hours for the standard range variants and 80 kilowatt-hours for the long-range versions. The Han EV uses an 85.4 kilowatt-hours lithium iron phosphate LFP battery pack. As a reminder, there are several variables to consider in battery comparisons, and the aforementioned factors don't necessarily make one better than the other. One report states that Tesla is using the Blade pack in the Model Y produced at Gigafactory Berlin-Brandenburg, as it has better charging capabilities than the CATL units. It's worth noting that the 2170 cells are older than Tesla's 4680 cells, which are conceptually similar to the cell-to-pack blade battery. When Tesla first announced the new cells in 2020 at a Battery Day event, it said that they would be cheaper to produce and offer an improved range. Some variants of the Model Y are already equipped with the new cells, while the Cybertruck is also expected to use the same. Source: reposted and summarized from Suvrat Kothari at Inside EVS. Uber to deploy 100 Tesla Model Y EVs in Japan. Uber recently announced it would start a new electrification program in Tokyo, Japan. The program would be part of its premium lineup, supplying 100 Tesla Model Y crossovers for the city. By this November, Uber says it will have 30 Model Ys out on the road in the Edogawa, Adaki, and Setagaya wards of Japan's capital. Taxi company Hinamaru Kotsu will also work with Uber to deploy its vehicles and provide charging stations. By the end of 2024, all 100 Uber Model Ys will be driving around the streets of Tokyo. More Uber info: Ford offers flexible Mustang Mach-E lease program with Uber Hertz, and Uber expand partnership to Europe, will deploy 25,000 EVs. We are also focusing on taxi and hire businesses, mainly in North America, and we are very pleased to be able to realize an initiative of 100 cars in Japan. We believe that Tesla's vehicles have great benefits not only for customers' safe movement but also for drivers and business owners. We will continue to experience the charm of Tesla, and we will expand it widely throughout Japan, regardless of corporations or individuals. Tesla Japan country manager Ryokusai Inoue said in a translated press release. Uber's translated press release wrote that the company selected the Model Ys due to their cruising range, driving performance, quietness, and premium interior and exterior. As a testament to Uber's claims, the Tesla Model Y is currently the second best-selling EV in the United States. The vehicles will be available via a special menu on the app, allowing customers to specifically select the electric crossover as opposed to a different vehicle. Source: reposted and summarized from Andrew Lambrecht at Inside EVS. Tesla increases purchases of lithium from Yahoo. Tesla continues to increase lithium purchases. The company extended its current contract with the Chinese industrial group Yahoo for another 5 years until 2030, and significantly increased the volume of purchases. Tesla is increasing its car production by about 50% every year. This requires an increase in the number of batteries. In turn, this requires even more materials for their production. Lithium is one of the key components for battery production, so Tesla needs a lot of it. The renewed contract with Yahoo provides for the purchase of a total of 207,000 to 301,000 tons of battery lithium hydroxide between August 1, 2023 and December 31, 2030. The previous contract provided for the supply of 63,000 and 88,000 tons over 5 years until 2025. However, it is worth bearing in mind that the new supply of up to 301,000 tons applies to the entire duration of the contract, and not just to the renewal period. Yahoo said the number of deliveries per year during the contract period, as well as the prices for deliveries, will be determined by mutual agreement. This agreement is more of a framework agreement, which means the companies will continue to cooperate if they agree on terms. Tesla is one of Yahoo's biggest customers. Tesla purchased 2.4 billion yuan $370 million in materials in 2022, according to a Chinese financial report. This represents 17% of Yahoo's total sales. Yahoo currently produces up to 73,000 tons of lithium salts per year at its plant in Sichuan, China. This includes lithium hydroxide and lithium carbonate compounds for batteries. By the end of 2025, production capacity should be more than doubled to 173,000 tons. Source: reposted and summarized from Eva Fox at Tasmanian. Estimated Tesla order backlog increased in July. The estimated Tesla global electric car order backlog improved during the first half of July, rebounding from a record low level at the end of June. According to Troy Teslike Twitter, an invaluable source for Tesla stats and forecasts. The estimated global order backlog as of July 16, 2023, was roughly 60,000 units. That's some 11,000 or 22% more than about 2 weeks ago. The numbers are based on carefully tracked Tesla-related stats: production volume, average wait times for each model trim, as shown in the attached tweet. Such volume corresponds to about 18 days of manufacturing capacity, up by 1 day in a matter of roughly 2 weeks, according to the report. That's an interesting outcome, because there was no significant price reduction, like in January or April. There were some noticeable rebates on new cars in existing inventory, though. We also wonder how the announced plant upgrades scheduled for the third quarter will affect supply and the overall balance between supply and demand, which is the primary factor behind the estimated order backlog. A lower supply in Q3 and a new refreshed Model 3 offer higher demand related to a new product, potentially might boost the order backlog quite noticeably later this year, Q3-Q4. For reference, here are the numbers for previous periods' wait times. July 16, 2023, 60,018 days. June 30, 2023, 49,017 days. June 19, 2023, 59,018 days. May 31, 2023, 75,022 days. May 16, 2023, 83,023 days. In terms of particular markets, the balance between supply and demand remains marked red, considered too low for all major markets: United States, Europe, and China. One of the most interesting things is that in the US, the estimated order backlog increased in about 2 weeks from over 7,000 to over 17,000, which represents about 16 days of supply, up by 5 days. The situation in Europe and China was relatively stable. Estimated order backlog change in about 2 weeks. United States, 17,378, 16 days, increased by 5 days. Canada, 888, 16 days, no change. Europe, 14,373, 21 days, decreased by 1 day. China, 14,423, 15 days, decreased by 1 day. Other, 12,760, 38 days, decreased by 2 days. Total, 59,822, 18 days, increased by 1 day. Source: reposted and summarized from Mark Kane at Inside EVS.